All right, folks, welcome back to the Path of Rage and our next episode of Friday Variety. Today, got no video going on, no camera going on because we want to take in the glory that is the brand new Battlefield 6 release trailer. Not release trailer, pardon me, reveal trailer. We're going to watch it all the way through from the beginning, then we're going to go back and discuss some of the things I'm seeing, some of the good points that I'm seeing, and also some of the concerns that we might have to pay attention to. In any case, let's get into this.
My fellow citizens, my fellow, we will prevail.
We're ready, Mr. President.
My fellow citizens, today represents a dark day in our history. With this monstrous, unprovoked attack, no country is safe from their reach. For all those serving on our behalf, our prayers go with you. For the Pax Armada mercenaries who are watching now, I have a message. It's over.
Let's get to work.
Come, your masters of war. Hear the bells of big guns. Hear the hide behind walls.
30 seconds.
They turn and run farther when the fast bullets fly.
Move fast. Move decisive. Dagger on my 6.
Send it.
And I hope that you die. And your death will come soon.
Damn. All right. So, this looks epic. Like, just across the board, this looks epic. We have to give credit where credit is due. EA, DICE, whoever actually is in charge of the cinematics for reveal trailers and whatnot for Battlefield throughout its history are absolute masters at making a good trailer. Like, everything about this trailer looks awesome. The vibe, the feel of what the game is going to be overall, it looks great. The concern is, so did the Battlefield trailers for Battlefield 5. And to a degree, Battlefield 2042. That one made the game look so much better than it was. I'll play it in the background with no sound while I talk. Like, that trailer looks so much better than the game actually was when it came out, right? But if you take a look at this, there's some really, really cool shit in here. Like, for the first time ever, Battlefield is coming to the States. The battlefields in this game are in the States. And that's something the series has never really gone to before, and yet it's something that fans of the series have always wanted. Like, yeah, you know what? We want to duke it out in the middle of frickin' New York or Washington, D.C. or anything like that. Like, yeah, bring on some of these homegrown locations that Americans and North Americans are more familiar with than, you know, Cairo, say, although that will be in this game as well. The other thing to keep an eye on, or keep a mind of, is that this trailer here, from everything we're seeing right now, as great as it looks, none of this is gameplay. This is in engine, sure, but it's a cinematic. It's not actually showing what the gameplay is like. That'll be on the 31st in a few more days. I'm Wildly looking forward to that more than this. A bunch of the big YouTube streamers like Level Cap and whatnot, Jack Frags, I'm sure, they've all been invited to LA to check this out. Look at this scene right here. Blowing up of the Brooklyn Bridge. Like, dude, does this, hold on, let's go back. Does this right here, does this scene apply only to the single player narrative campaign? Or is this showing along with, where was it? Right here. The dam being blown up and jumping out. You know what? I'll turn this up a little bit so we can still hear it. There. Like, as I was saying, where did I go? Too far. Right here. So the Brooklyn Bridge, and then this here. This dam being blown up and the water coming down. You see this crane drop down or whatnot. Does this give us a hint that Levolution, like we had in Battlefield 4, is coming back to Battlefield? I'm not going to lie. As much as I love destruction in these games, I really, really do, there is the unfortunate fact that it can go too far. If you look at Battlefield Bad Company 2, great game, fantastic game, but every multiplayer map ended up resulting in just a flat open play space because all the buildings would be literally fully demolished, right? Battlefield 4, it's too loud still. Battlefield 4, this dude looks cool. I want to know who he is. Battlefield 4 brought in the Levolution, you know, Shanghai apartment building coming down, Lankang Dam with the dam being breached and rocks and water coming in to flood the area. Like, that was all great, but it also limited to a certain degree the level of destruction on the battlefield and left you with cover. But it also provided this gigantic set piece that was cool and could change the way the map played out. Look at Flood Zone. When that small dam breach was put in, you suddenly couldn't run in the streets. You had to take boats. It changed up the game drastically. Same with the tower coming down in Shanghai, or in Paracel Storm, my favorite map from Battlefield 4, I think bar none. You could bring in that ship during the storm from offshore and it would crash into the sea flag and become part of that capture point, and brought in like automated anti-aircraft turrets for whoever captured that point. It changed up the entire vibe of the map once it happened. I loved that. And this looks like it's going to have the same thing. Now, I've heard some comments on Reddit and X and social media in general. Look at this right here. This perfectly highlights my point, and I'm about to say. This trailer has a very Call of Duty vibe to it. And by that, I don't mean multiplayer. They're very different games. Let's not worry about that. I'm talking about a single-player campaign. If there's one thing that Call of Duty has done right almost every damn time, it's their single-player campaigns. And this right here, tell me that this doesn't look like what was the name of the map or the name of the mission in Call of Duty, in not this current Call of Duty, but the previous one, Cleaning House, I think it was called, or Clearing House, where you had to go through with your team with night vision goggles on and whatnot, and room by room and floor by floor, clean out the terrorists from a house. It's an epically good, and good looking no less, but an epically good mission. And it looks like the Battlefield team, I think it's Ripple Effect, although they might have been closed down, but whoever's working on the single player went, you know what? Call of Duty has done some really good things. Let's take a page out of that. Let's do a little bit of that and have these epic moments make a really good campaign, not a tacked on addition to the main offering of multiplayer, which, to be fair, is the main offering of Battlefield. It's the whole thing. Now this part here, whoop, this part right here, the aircraft carrier, the Amtrak's coming off and into the water and heading to a beach. I wonder, they haven't said anything in the official press releases or whatnot, but does this hint at naval warfare? They haven't said anything about it. Official documents and release notes and whatnot have said fight in land and in the air, but they've never mentioned at sea. So, oh, this just looks cool right here. I love this scene in particular. So I don't know if naval warfare is coming, but it might be. Nice little top. Now here's another thing I wanted to point out. And we will go back and hit up some other things as well, like maybe a little more frame by frame. But this right here, for one, I thought that this might lead to like a Metro style map. I wouldn't doubt it if it does. This here, this train, this type of train, I don't recognize, but you know, the online sleuths on the internet, because this video came out yesterday, have pointed out that this looks very much like a money train, which used to be used in New York, maybe still is, I don't know, where money and cash would be transported through the subway system on subways that you couldn't get on because they were basically like armored cars, but subways. Like armored cars for banks, but subways. People are saying that that's what this looks like. So maybe this right here is showing, I love that. Maybe that little brief clip is showing like a heist style mission in the game. That destruction right there is just as epic. But here, let's go back to the beginning, and we're just going to pause it at certain points and go along. I like the fact that the president is setting up, or not the president and all of this is setting up the kind of theme for the conflict in this Battlefield game. This is a war that's apparently being brought to, at the very least, the United States, for one, but there's others. And it sounds like an almost tangible possible threat, where like a large country-sized PMC has attacked a major nation or whatnot. Now, the idea of it being the U.S. is laughable, but at the same time, it gives you that just like, okay, this could happen type of vibe. It gives itself a decent look. Love the Apache just pounding through the whole building here. DICE does like their helicopters crashing into buildings. Look at this though. Like, if that destruction is even close to what the in-game multiplayer is going to be, I'm epic. Apparently this guy, people think that he is a character from House of Cards. One of the actors from House of Cards. I don't know, I've never watched it, but okay, cool. He comes across as giving the speech that you would hear. I also like this. Whoop. Where is it? Let's go back a bit. Oh, it was right there. His knuckles are split and they were bruised. So here, the President of the United States in this show has clearly punched something out of frustration or anger, and makes you want to go, okay, well, why? Let's keep going here. I don't know who this guy is, but I wonder if he's going to be a protagonist, if he's going to be your character, or if he's like your squad leader or something. The explosions look great, of course. Look at that.
My fellow citizens, today represents a
Again, this scene right here.
day
where they're coming in and clearing the rooms or whatnot. This looks like those Call of Duty sequences, which were a load of fun. Epic destruction, of course.
Serving on our behalf. Our prayers.
Same thing here. Like, here's where the helicopters crash through that building, and at the same time, you see the... I keep wanting to say the Golden Gate Bridge, but that's San Francisco. You keep seeing the Brooklyn Bridge get damaged left, right, and center.
Our prayers go with you.
That looks epic.
For the Pax Armada mercenaries who are watching.
Now, take a look here.
I have a
Go back.
message now. Armada mercenaries. For the Pax.
This is giving us an idea of what the classes will look like. We've already seen this a bit in the leaked footage. Obviously, I've never put any of it on my channel. I'm still trying to grow this channel even a little bit, and I don't want to get a copyright strike. But, I mean, here, this is clearly an assault. Here's a guy with a, what's that, an RPK, I believe? An LMG machine gun. A couple of them, actually, and they look the same.
Armada mercenaries who are watching.
Here's some more. Like, you can see clear similarities. You can kind of tell who's who.
I have a message.
What kind of class they're using. Most of them are assault and LMGs there.
Let's get to work.
Like, if this is in-game, great, this is a cinematic trailer, but the detail in the guns and whatnot is there, like it always is. Air combat, a nice little Top Gun moment. I hope, I really, really hope that the game doesn't go full Top Gun and have this come down and shoot him in the back. Like, maybe it's friends doing it. I'd like them to change it up. Back up here. Got the tank coming out. I'm not sure what kind that is, but it might be an Abrams. Sound off in the comments below if I'm wrong. But these are clearly the U.S. troops, and here's Pax Armada. And boom, look at that destruction. The way the building comes down. Now here, look, we've already seen the night vision, but here we've got them running around with night vision scopes, and we've got the different weapons, different kind of looks on the soldiers. But, and of course they wouldn't show Santa Claus running around in this like they do with skins later on. They're going to keep it grounded looking for this trailer. But look, back it up here. Oh, went too far. Let's pause it right there. Ah, god damn it. Back up just a bit. There it is. Again, soldiers all looking. We got the armbands here. Or no, these are part of the... Never mind. These are part of the parachutes. But the soldiers look like soldiers. That's like they should. There's no sign of ridiculous outfits. Battlefield 2042 showed that. You saw people running around with like LED lights on their suits, for crying out loud. Which no army in the world would do. This, sound off in the comments below. Right here. Tell me this doesn't look like Hourglass. The Hourglass mission. And this is in Egypt, because here's a pyramid. Right here. Maybe another one over here. I can't quite tell because of the smoke. But this looks like it takes place in Egypt. Maybe right outside of Cairo. And again, very, very Hourglass mission vibe to it. Trench warfare with, again, impressive destruction.
Move fast. Move decisive. Dagger on my...
There's our night vision. I sincerely hope, and if I wasn't an atheist, I'd be praying that they're going to put night maps in Battlefield. It's one of my biggest pet peeves about Battlefield ever going forward, like through the past, is we've had to have night DLC to change the missions over. I would love to see a mission with dynamic time, so you start in the day or the afternoon, and as the battle wears on, especially on a longer ticket server, where you're, instead of playing for like 500 tickets, you're playing for 3,000, like some of the multiplayer servers that have been privately run have been. I want to see it change tonight. I want to see it start at night and become daytime. But I want night maps in the damn release or shortly thereafter. Give me night maps, people. Come on. Nice little shot of the missile there. Again, this right here. Oh. Is Levolution coming back? Ah. I want Levolution back so bad. And then when this thing goes down, watch here, very closely. He goes in, he crashes in, hits the next building. And the building falls, look at that. The building falls down, as you would expect when a multi-ton helicopter hits a building. Parts of it fall off, but it spreads out enough. It's not just limited to like a foot or so beyond the building, falling straight down. No. This guy gets crushed. It's hard to notice, but here. Boom, right there. Ah, come on, why did it move? Right here. It's landing on his head. Boom, flattened down. That shot there is also epic. Look at this. This reminds me of some of the Dragon Pass DLC maps, which were epic. I love the ATVs, part of Battlefield, all of our Battlefield careers. Look at this dude. Is this an assault? He's got these things here. It might be recon. I think he might be recon because he's got like the ghillie suit. Yeah. Just a sledgehammer to the face, dude. Come on. In the leaks that have been coming out over the past month or so from the Battlefield 6 or Battlefield Labs playtests, I have seen some excellent melee takedowns, and thankfully they seem to be staying, unlike what this shows, because I think this is campaign. Thankfully, they seem to be staying first person. Nothing annoyed me more than being taken out of the first person immersive perspective to have a third person view of your character do. It's like, it takes me out of the game. I don't like it when games force. It's the same thing in Titanfall. The first one, when you got into your Titan, you jumped in first person mode the whole time. In the second, you went into third, and I hated it because it's immersion breaking. This just looks epic regardless. I want to know who this dude is. He looks like a badass. I'm wondering if he's Pax Armada because it doesn't really show anything else. But he might also be, a U.S. serviceman who's been burned up like this by Pax Armada, and he's like out for revenge. I don't know. He's a redhead. I'm a redhead. Shout out to all gingers. We're going to take over the world. Continuing on. Busting through the building. This here, right here. This is Gibraltar. We see it a couple times in this video. We've seen it in the key art and the concept art for this game. Gibraltar is going to be a map. We'll be fighting in and around and on top of it. However, the fact that it's a 5-man team parachuting down all at once, it could be that this is just part of the campaign, but this could also be DICE and company slipping in just a couple seconds preview of the Battle Royale that's coming. Maybe. Don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Battle Royals. I'll give it a try. We'll see how it goes. If it brings more and more players into the game and contributes to the success of Battlefield 4, especially if people trying out the Battle Royale come over to the all-out warfare, the key main Battlefield experience, and keep the player base high, I'm all for it. Excellent destruction there. Okay, there's another one. Night vision goggles. It's got the mask on, and the somewhat ghillie suit. This is a sniper. This is not. This is the assault class. by the looks of it. This, with this long-ass barrel, I'm not sure what it is, but it might be an LMG. But again, we're seeing distinct differences, just even in shape of the classes. Something that Battlefield 2042 sorely lacked. Here's our ginger boy again. Epic destruction. Here's another view. And again, missile launcher here. So this, I think that's a missile launcher. Sound off in the comments if I'm wrong. But this, I believe, is a support. Assault rifle here. This is going to be a... pardon me, this is not assault. This is support. I said support. This will be an assault. I think this is an assault class as well. Maybe all three. I think it also might be, I could be wrong. Sound, I'm not an expert in guns or weapons. Sound off in the comments below, folks, if this is a submachine gun. Because submachine guns, from what I'm understanding, are going to be all classes. There's been a lot of kerfluffle. I'll play this again in the background while I'm talking and just point out things as they come up. But there's been a lot of kerfluffle online about whether or not Battlefield 6 is going to have weapons locked to classes or just open weapons. Any class can take any weapon. Personally, I want signature weapons locked to class. I don't mind shotguns, DMRs, and carbines locked, or pardon me, open to all classes. That's the way it was in Battlefield 4. That is, to me, the best weapons spread and class limitations that Battlefield has had as a franchise. Between 3 and 4, those were the best. I'm hoping for that. Now, the cool thing is, this, I don't have it here to show you right at the moment, but this was preceded a couple of days ago by a post on the official X threads, on X, from the official channel, that for this open beta, when it comes, I think on the 31st or just after the 31st, they haven't said when the open beta is going to be, there are going to be playlists where you can choose either unlocked, fully unlocked weapons, or locked to classes. So that way, actually, DICE and EA overall can get real data instead of just online bickering back and forth between the 10% of people who play the game but who bother to post online about it, good or bad, regardless. They're going to get the actual data. What do players truly want? And probably when the game comes out, they won't split the player base by like that way. They'll just go, hey, okay, this is what our testing showed is overwhelmingly what you want. Locked weapons, unlocked weapons. This is what you get. I'm down with this. I can't wait for this multiplayer reveal. Like, everything about this looks fantastic. The sound is good. Okay, so no, this is not just for snipers. 2 other classes have it. Here's an LMG there by the looks of it. But see this, we got differences here in the way they look. This is a big concern of mine, to be honest. I know I keep harping about it in this video. One of the things I disliked heavily about 2042 was the inability to tell
My fellow citizens,
enemies and what weapons and classes they were, because you could take anybody. So what I found in 2042, there's another perfect shot right there. Back up. Right there. Maybe a little bit further back.
this monster
Right there. Again. 3 totally different looking outfits and loadouts, which to me is suggesting, yes, there will be definite silhouettes at the very least so you know what class you're looking for. And in that split second decision that you have to make when you're fighting them, you'll have an idea of what it's possible for that class to have. Again, I was just saying it. My biggest gripe with 2042, everyone ran around as Falk. They all had a med bag with the defibs and the support to throw down ammo. Neither of which anybody really used. The amount of medics running around me in Battlefield 2042 who weren't reviving, who weren't dropping meds or the ammo packs that they had was staggering. Because it wasn't people interested in playing a medic class, and like a support class to keep people alive and stuff like that. No, they just wanted to bring all their ammo, their regenerating health, and the weapons that they wanted with them, and Falk was the best character, bar none. I'm guilty of it myself. I repeatedly used Falk. If I was to go in reinstall Battlefield 2042 and look at my stats, Falk is far and away, by an order of magnitude almost, my number one used character, because none of the others were worth it compared to her. Yeah, you could use Sundance for the wingsuit in certain circumstances, but and what's her name, Liz, if you wanted self-replenishing rockets that you could control, okay, sure, but even then she was nowhere near as useful or as versatile as Falk, and I want to get away from that. I want a good spread. Overall, I am liking everything about this, folks. And I'm going to leave the video there before I start just glazing the hell out of this game. And I'm going to put in a word of caution. Because again, this is all cinematics, pre-rendered in-game, sure, but pre-rendered. It all speaks towards the single-player campaign, not the actual multiplayer gameplay, what it's going to play like. And DICE has always made oh, there's a nice, the hammer right over his shoulder there. DICE has always made fantastic trailers for their games, whether or not the game is actually good. So, I'm going to leave everyone with a piece of advice. Do not pre-order this game. At all. Don't buy it the minute it launches either. Wait for not the media reviews, not even the reviews of the YouTubers. Okay? I love Jack Frags' content, especially Battlefield, as much as anyone, right? As a deep Battlefield fan, of course, I know about Jack Frags and Level Cap and a few others. I don't think that they're liars. I don't think that they're paid shills. But at the same time, their job does kind of revolve around displaying a good face towards video games. Again, I'm not saying that any of them are dishonest. Not going to say that. I do take their opinions fairly seriously, but their opinion and their early previews don't necessarily reflect the state of the game when it launches, right? And we all know the access media won't say shit about a game that they don't like in general if there's a political agenda. We all know this. We've watched it over and over again. Wait until the game comes out and other actual people, like just like you and I, normal, regular gamers, are putting up their posts on OpenCritic and Metacritic or whatever, and see what the vibe is from there if you're on the fence. It looks great, and the multiplayer reveal on the 31st will tie that together, but none of us will truly know until the game actually launches. Even if the beta is awesome, that doesn't mean it's going to launch like that. So, everybody, look forward to it. Like me, if you think that this trailer looks fucking epic, you know, by all means look forward to it, get excited for it, but keep your expectations in check and don't let them run away with you, because DICE has burnt us before. With that said, I'm going to leave it there. I like what I'm seeing so far. My hopes are up, but my expectations are not. And I'd love to hear from you in the comments below about your thoughts on this trailer and this game, and what you think overall. Do you like what you see? Are you deeply skeptical? Has DICE lost you already with their last 2 games and you're never coming back? I'd love to hear from you down in the comments below. Until next time, I have been Rayjet Games. This is Battlefield 6, and if we're lucky, I will see you on the battlefield. Bye-bye.
Yes, I've been speaking with engineering, and they think it might be a problem.